Sing, put your hands together for the very funny Paul Joe.
Thank you, sir. How's everybody doing this evening? Good. I wasn't going to talk about this knee brace because I didn't really have a joke for it, but as I was coming up, I came up with one. So I'm going to put some hazelnuts and some chocolate on it and call it patella. Patella is another term for kneecap. All right. Anyway, like Jason said, I've done comedy before. It's been about 15 years. I decided to try it again to see what will happen. Nice thing about comedy, though, when you come to an open mic night is kind of like going to the food bank. You're going to get fed. And you're going to get what you need, but you may walk away going, that's not what I wanted. I have a unique distinction between me and a bunch of other comedians, some that are here, some aren't. I'm actually married. Happily married, and I have 4 kids. And it's wonderful. I've been married to my wife, I think, 11 years. Yeah, 11 years. I have a son that's almost 10. He was conceived after, 11 years. She's a unique individual. She has cerebral palsy. She does, no, it's okay. It gets worse, it's okay. She's got very minor cerebral palsy. You can barely tell. She kind of walks with a little bit of a limp and everything. When I first met her and asked her out, she asked me if I was concerned that she had cerebral palsy. I'm like, well, do your legs spread apart? All right. My wife also has MS. And by the way, I'm going to preface this by saying every single joke I tell about my wife has been pre-approved. She's been with me here one other night, and she listened to them. She's okay with it. She doesn't care. So don't worry about it. One of the problems with MS is, she has tremors and everything. And, she has medical marijuana, which she imbibes in once in a while. So when she gets these tremors, she lights up her pipe. So I guess you could say she's got her own version of shake and bake going. Which is why her pipe is called Ricky Bobby. She has a CPAP machine because she does snore because she has breathing issues. She wants a sleep number bed, and they're expensive. And we're talking about it, I'm considering it and everything, and she's like, oh, I wonder what my sleep number is. I'm like, I don't know, what's the chemical number for chloroform? She's a great cook. Thanksgiving, she made a fabulous feast, which I enjoy very much. In fact, I was so stuffed, I was stuffed more than the bras at a Justin Bieber concert. And she gave me cooking advice one time, and she said, you know what the secret is to cutting onions without crying? Don't get emotionally attached. And I support her with her MS. I have all these Facebook pages that I like and make comments on. And I decided to expand myself out a little bit, go to other support groups. I went to a leper support group. Apparently, it was their last meeting. The group was falling apart. I used to work at a dyslexic help center, but I put up a sign that said free drug workplace. Kind of a side note, police came by my house the other day and asked me what I was doing between 5 and 6. And I said, well, I think I was in kindergarten. And I read an article in the paper the other day about archaeologists. They found this skull, a really old skull, and they had the number 333 carved in its head. And they just figured out it was probably Satan's half-brother. I don't believe in reincarnation. Anybody here believe in reincarnation? I don't. I did in my last lifetime, but I don't now. Let's see. I wrote a poem around Valentine's Day. Obviously, Valentine's Day's passed, but I want to share it with you. Roses are red, violets are glorious. It sucks to be on Valentine's dating Oscar Pistorius. Man, okay. Too soon? I was married once before, and in fact, I was at the dog track the other day and I thought I saw my wife there, but then I realized, you know, I don't think they let her race. And I saw her at a soup kitchen and I thought, man, that's really degrading seeing your ex at a soup kitchen. What really pissed me off, she only told me I could have one piece of bread. Everybody knows the rumor, myth about gingers, redheads having no souls, right? You heard about that. So, what happens when they're playing in the snow and they make a snow angel? All right, maybe a little cerebral there. My brother was in jail, and he was pissed off. He apparently was throwing food, taking off his clothes, hitting everybody. I tell you, that's the last time I played Monopoly with him. Speaking of TV shows, not that Monopoly's a TV show, but everybody watch Hoarders? Hoarders are interesting because you can actually solve these people's problems. All you have to do is get them addicted to meth and they're going to sell all their shit. And I'm always curious about a few things. Like the receptionist at a sperm clinic, does she say, "Thank you for coming"? Since I started back in comedy, I've been watching comedians on TV and stuff, and I found out that I have a lot in common with Sarah Silverman. We were both born in New Hampshire. We both idolized Steve Martin. We both slept with Jimmy Kimmel. Oh wait, by sleeping with Jimmy Kimmel, I mean falling asleep while watching the show. All right, I am going to do just a few quick impersonations for you. What would Clint Eastwood say if he was a paraplegic? Go ahead, make my bed. And of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger, being the former governor of California, he's obviously had a couple movies out recently, but I would think it would be great if he did real estate. Because I could just hear it now. Come with me if you want to live in an apartment with a view of the sunset. Or if you do a cooking show, be like, get in the chopper. Everybody knows who Christopher Lloyd is, right? Yeah. All right. Here's my impersonation of Christopher Lloyd in Taxi. Okay. Here's my impersonation of Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future. Okay, Marty. There you go. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, you know, Ronald Reagan's been gone a few years. He was a great president. And what was that disease he suffered from? Alzheimer's? I forget. Is it Alzheimer's? I don't know. I think a topical song in the 90s for him, as if it was read by him, would have been great. And it would go something like this. Well, I'm not aware of too many things, but I know what I know if you know what I mean. I'm going to leave you with one last thing. This is my impersonation of Elmo doing the very poignant lyrics of Photograph by Nickelback. Here we go.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. How did eyes get so red? And what the hell's on Joey's head? This is where I grew up. I think the president would have fixed it up.
All right, I'm going to leave you with one last piece of advice. This is mostly for the men. Men, don't listen to anything women say. They don't listen to each other and they hate each other, okay? It came out wrong. All right, well, I have to redeem myself, damn it. All right. Women, what's the big deal with the toilet seat being down? My wife complains all the time that the toilet seat's not being put down.
You sit on it in the middle of the night, you get a wet butt.
Okay, fair enough. But at what point, when potty training a little girl, do you say, at this magical age, you don't have to look anymore? That's what I want to leave you with. Ponder that. All right, thanks everybody. I apologize.